What's good, YouTube? It's Nas, and we back with another video. Road to 300 subscribers, of course. In today's video, I was just thinking about a video idea, and I'm like, why not make a video on a random role player, and not just any role player. If y'all know basketball, I'm pretty sure y'all remember Josh Smith being this athletic demon. Like, he basically do everything on the court but shoot the three, but he did everything at a high level, but was really never an all-star and never reached that next step of being high level. And he spent basically his glory days on the Hawks, which he carved out a great career. It doesn't look like a role player at all, but he actually turned himself into one of the most recognizable names. I'm pretty sure if you ask a basketball fan right now who has been covering the sport for longer than 10 or 15 years, you say Josh Smith to somebody, they're gonna be like, oh, I remember Josh Smith, he was nice. In today's video, I'm just gonna talk about how nice he was. But in his rookie season, he averaged 9 points, 6 rebounds, and 1.5 assists, not really doing anything. He continued to improve every year on the Hawks. 2005, 2006, he averaged 11 points, 6.5 rebounds, and 2.5 assists. And I'm pretty sure in the highlights right now, you're seeing him dunk on people or do crafty layups. And he had the handle too. He was like, I don't want to get his height wrong, he was like 6'8", 6'7", doing whatever he wanted. So, he wasn't 6'8" or 6'7". He was 6'9", moving like a guard. I'm pretty sure if you put Josh Smith in this era right now, he thrives, because basically this era is about forwards, and some of the best forwards in the league are the best players in the league, and Josh Smith was really never that. I feel like he's made for the modern NBA. If he would be able to get a 3-point shot, I feel like he would probably dominate in this era. In his third season, he improved a lot. He averaged 16.5 points per game, 8.5 rebounds, and 3 assists. In the 2006-2007 season. In the 2007-2008 season, he averaged 17 points, 8 rebounds, and 3.5 assists. Again, him just being a bucket and him being a different aspect to this Atlanta Hawks team. And for one season, for a couple seasons, him and Joe Johnson were a dynamic duo, because Joe Johnson would make all the all-star teams for this Hawks team, and Josh Smith was just in the shadow. But in reality, Josh Smith was the anchor to keep this team moving, and I just want to highlight that. I want to make sure he's not forgotten. That's probably why I make a lot of these videos, to make sure these players that you probably don't think of on a daily basis are gonna get some recognition. Then his next season, he averaged 15.5 points per game, 7 rebounds, and 2.5 assists. In the 2008-2009 season. In the 2009-2010 season, he averaged 15.5 points per game, 8.5 rebounds, and 4 assists. And it's not, Josh Smith wasn't like those other 6'9" players who just focus on offense. He was actually going down there and getting boards. And a lot of forwards act like they're too good enough to go down there and go get a board. And Josh Smith wasn't like that. And I didn't include his blocks per game, because he was getting blocks too. His rookie season, he had 2 blocks. His second season, he had 2.5 blocks. His third season, he had 3 blocks. And Josh Smith was a great defender too. He wasn't just an offensive player. He got down dirty pulls with the big men and the other big men in the league. And at that moment in time, it was a big man's league, and Josh Smith was out there banging. His third season, he had 3 blocks. I don't know if I said it already. In the 2007-2008 season, he had 3 blocks. In the 2009-2010, he had 2 blocks. So the blocks were a major part of his game too. I'm not gonna let y'all forget that either. In the 2009-2010 season, he averaged 15.5 points per game, 8.5 rebounds, and 4 assists. This is his highest assists. It's not. 2014-15 was. But in the 2010-2011 season, he averaged 16.5 points per game, 8.5 rebounds, and 3 assists, with 1.5 blocks per game and 1 steal per game. He wasn't just blocking shots either. He could guard the perimeter too. That's what I hope they show it in the highlights too. But he really was one of those. That's I can't even explain it. Like, I just feel like he would thrive in this era. It's just his play style wasn't built for the 2000s. I would say. But in his next season, he averaged his most points of his career in the 2011-2012 season. He averaged 19 points per game, 9.5 rebounds, and 4 assists, with 1.5 blocks per game and 1.5 steals per game. And those are all-star numbers. I don't know how he's never made an all-star team. When I did my research for this video, I thought he did make an all-star team. I was surprised he never did. But I guess they just gave all the all-star appearances to Joe Johnson, which you can't blame them, because I know I already made a video about how nice Joe Johnson was. But Josh Smith could have been an all-star too on this team. In the 2012-2013 season, his last season in Atlanta, he averaged 17.5 points per game, 8.5 rebounds, and 4 assists, with basically 2 blocks per game and 1 steal per game. And the next season, he would go to Detroit. He spent 2 seasons in Detroit. You know, during this era, they were terrible, so pretty sure you're not going to remember this. In the 2013-14 season, he averaged 16.5 points per game, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists, with 1.5 blocks per game, 1.5 steals per game. In the 2014-15 season, he averaged 13 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists, with 1.5 blocks per game and 1 steal per game. This is when last season putting up productive stats, really. He went to Houston, where I remember him playing with James Harden. He averaged 12 points, 6 rebounds, and 2.5 assists, with 1 block per game and 0.9 steal per game. That's where it's gone. 2015-16 season, he played with the Clippers. He averaged 5 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 block per game. He would go to the Houston Rockets, where he averaged 6 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And his last season, he averaged 0.7 points per game. Nobody really cares about that. But throughout his career, he was really durable until the end of his career, really. That's what happens with a lot of these guys when they get older. 74 games played, 80, 72, 81, 69, 81, 77, 66, 76, 77, 28, 55. Obviously, an injury happened along those lines. But I just wanted to talk about Josh Smith. And he made an all-defensive team in 2010. He made all-rookie second team in 2005. Dunk contest in 2005. And that's really it for his accolades. And he managed to score over 12,996 points. He was 4 points away from 13,000. And a lot of NBA Hall of Famers haven't even reached that. So I just want to talk about the career of Josh Smith. I got some videos right here. If you enjoyed this video you just watched, video on the right, video on the left, and click on it.